Welcome to episode 15 of Pindrop Perspectives. This week, the gang takes a look at the claustrophobic thriller known as Room 9. Let's not keep the people waiting. Here are your hosts, Mark and Jen.
Okay, picture this. You're stuck, really stuck in this kind of gross motel room with someone you love.
Right.
And you're hiding. You're genuinely scared, like heart-pounding scared. But you don't even know exactly what you're hiding from, just that it's bad.
And it's amazing how quickly that kind of situation starts to mess with your head, isn't it? Your sense of safety, what's real, what isn't.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving into today. We're looking at Thomas Muller's short story, Room 9, from his collection, Four Corners.
Yeah, and some analysis that goes with it.
Our mission, basically, is to unpack the paranoia, the intense fear, and how the relationship between the main character and his wife just completely breaks down inside this awful motel room.
Room 9.
Room 9, yeah.
Yeah.
We want to understand how being stalked or feeling stalked and locking themselves away like that just twists everything up for them.
And it's worth saying up front, the story plays with that line, between what's really happening and what might just be in the protagonist's head. It's deliberately blurry.
Okay, so let's set the scene. They're in the VIP suite, and I'm using air quotes here, at the Blue Moose Motel.
Definitely air quotes needed there.
Forget fancy, think.
Yeah.
Bad 70s decor that's seen better decades. Faux pine paneling everywhere.
Yeah, the panel.
And this hideous paisley blanket on the bed, plus this truly depressing brown shag carpet. It just screams confinement decay.
It really does. Muller uses those details so well to build that claustrophobic, oppressive feeling. You feel trapped just reading it.
And they've been there 3 days. 3 days just waiting. And our guy's starting to think maybe waiting isn't working.
Right, that maybe they need to do something.
So what's the vibe at the start of this day? The wife's asleep in the other room, hasn't said a word since last night.
Yeah, the story paints her as just totally worn down,
Yeah.
angry, scared, frustrated, all of it.
And he's awake, listening, waiting for whatever it is.
Hyper-aware.
Yeah. And the story clocks the time. 1:47 p.m., which just emphasizes how slow everything feels, how stuck they are.
That specific time check is great. It sets that mood immediately time dragging, trapped in this limbo.
And the tension starts ratcheting up pretty quickly. Around 2:30, the wife wakes up.
And the description is rough.
Yeah, like a boxer suffering a TKO. Glazed eyes, no energy. She shuffles into the main room.
Looking awful. Sweaty t-shirt, barely decent.
Her first words are about how stuffy it is, and then she snaps at him about the air conditioning.
Right away, you see the friction. Even something basic like the AC becomes a fight. Their nerves are just shot.
Totally. And then we get more details about this VIP suite. 2 tiny rooms, a hollow door that wouldn't stop anything.
No privacy, no security.
These awful rust and crimson drapes. I mean, imagine them new.
Probably got much better.
And this old TV on a shelf, no remote, obviously. It's just bleak. It's not a refuge. It's a cage.
Exactly. It just makes their isolation worse. They're hiding in a place that offers zero comfort.
Even getting snacks is tense. She opens some cookies, says she's hungry, but then it's, I want real food, not this shit.
Yeah, the irritation is palpable.
It leads to this little argument, and she ends up knocking this old rotary phone off the table. Just swipes it off.
And his reaction is so telling, isn't it?
Yeah. He's worried about the phone, like, hey, that's an antique. Are you okay?
It's classic displacement, right? Focusing on the trivial because the actual situation is too overwhelming. He's clinging to something concrete, maybe.
Could be. And then the real issue starts bubbling up. She feels trapped, desperate to get out. He's still in cautious hunker down mode.
Polar opposites in how they're coping. Or feeling to cope.
Then there's this brief thaw when they order pizza. Loaded. No olives or veggies. Wait, no. Add peppers and onions. Even that's fiddly.
A little glimpse of normalcy, but still strained.
And then he tries to, initiate something physical, and she just shuts him down. Not now.
Followed by that heartbreaking line.
If not now, when? Oof, it just hangs there.
It really captures that dynamic. Moments of connection, trying to break through, but the fear just keeps pushing them apart.
So they try to act normal, watching bad B movies about, gruesome attacks, which is weirdly fitting, maybe.
A strange kind of therapy. Or just Reinforcing the fear. Hard to say.
Then she actually suggests going out, just for a bit.
A plea for escape.
He agrees, but like hesitantly. With all these rules, we stick together, no talking to anyone. It shows how scared they still are. Constant vigilance.
You see how far gone their normal is? Going out isn't casual, it's a tactical operation.
But then there's this tiny moment she kisses his forehead before going for a shower. A flicker of something softer.
Those small moments almost make the tension worse.
Yeah.
Somehow. They highlight what's being lost.
Yeah, and then things get really creepy. The phone rings.
My damn phone again.
He just lets it ring. You can almost hear him thinking, is it the front desk? Wrong number? Or is it him?
The big, scary him.
The relief when it stops is huge. But then his wife calls something out from the bathroom. Totally normal sounding.
That contrast is jarring.
And the phone immediately starts ringing again. His anxiety just skyrockets.
This time he picks it up.
Yeah. And it's silence, just silence. Then maybe a snicker. And breathing. Heavy breathing.
Oh, that's designed to terrify. Pure psychological warfare.
He slams the phone down, completely freaked out.
And a wife.
Oblivious. Comes out, suggests they go find a bar nearby like nothing happened.
Wow. The gap between their experiences in that moment is huge.
And the story describes him, lines deepening on his forehead, looking pale. He's wearing the stress physically.
He's internalizing it all.
Then the phone rings again.
Oh, no.
This time, she answers it.
Oh.
Her face just changes. Pure horror. She's clutching the receiver, white-knuckled.
What does she hear?
We don't know exactly, but he's yelling at her, hang up, hang up. He tries to grab the phone, and he hears laughter. Cold laughter from the other end.
Chilling. Absolutely chilling.
She starts hyperventilating, screaming. It's not just a feeling anymore. The threat is right there, in the room, on the phone line.
It's breached their sanctuary. That call changes everything. Now they both know.
His reaction is pure rage and panic. He rips the cord out of the wall, throws the phone. It smashes against the paneling.
A complete loss of control. Understandable, though.
And this violence creates a separation. She retreats to the bedroom, closes the door.
Leaving him alone with the aftermath.
He's torn, wants to go to her, but also needs to, assess. He peeks outside. Parking lot's empty.
A moment of false hope.
Totally false. Because the bedroom door opens, she comes out completely broken. I can't live like this. She makes a move for the main door, wants to bolt.
That's her breaking point. The confinement is unbearable. The fear is immediate. Flight instinct kicks in.
And then she drops the bombshell, why she freaked out on the phone.
What did he say?
He called and he knew about the pizza they ordered. Peppers and onions.
Oh, that detail. That proves they're being watched closely.
Yeah. No ambiguity there. They are being monitored. Her anger flares up again, aimed at him this time, like it's somehow his fault.
Fear makes people irrational. Blame gets thrown around.
And right then, bam, 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 this incredibly loud, aggressive pounding starts on their door.
Jesus.
She just screams, absolute terror. The pounding goes on hard and relentless, then just stops. Silence.
That silence is almost worse, isn't it? The anticipation.
He creeps towards the door, treats it like it's alive, like it might bite him, super cautious.
And paranoia fully cranked up.
And his wife whispers, totally convinced, he's the devil.
She's utterly terrified. Sees the stalker as something almost supernatural now.
What comes next is just bleak. 4 hours, silent TV, no words between them.
Just sitting in numb fear. Isolated together.
He feels his mind slipping, questioning what's real. His wife becomes like the only solid thing left in his world. His focus narrows down to just protecting her.
Even if he can't really protect her.
Then he has this really disturbing dream. He's in his childhood home, but it's also the motel room.
That merging of spaces is significant, the trauma bleeding into everything.
He's calling for people, family maybe, but no one answers. Just silence. Symbolizing his isolation, right?
Definitely. Feeling utterly alone, even in memory.
Outside, there's this huge crowd. Some faces he knows, some strangers. And way off, there's this figure, the menacing him.
A threat is inescapable, even in his subconscious.
The dream ends with him and his wife walking away, but the figure is still there, watching. Ambiguous.
No resolution, even in sleep. Just lingering dread.
He wakes up in a cold sweat. And she's gone.
Gone from the couch.
Gone. He searches frantically. The bed in the other room is untouched. Her bag, her purse missing.
Oh no. She actually left.
Yeah. He had this vague idea of a way out forming in his head, something he wanted to tell her. But it's too late. He sees the open bathroom door, feels this wave of cold dread. She left him, alone, to face whatever's out there.
That's devastating for him. He couldn't comprehend her leaving, facing the indescribable horror by herself.
His grief and fear just explode. He bangs his head against the door, like physically hits it.
Raw despair. Animalistic.
He looks outside again. Normal stuff happening, people getting ice, loading cars. But now it all looks suspicious to him. 3 cars he doesn't recognize. He's scrutinizing everyone.
Full-blown paranoia. Everyone's potentially part of it.
Then a knock at the door. Not the violent pounding from before, just a regular knock.
His heart must have stopped.
It pounds, he freezes, the knocking gets more insistent, louder.
Who is it this time?
A muffled voice, front desk. Very hesitant conversation through the door. Ends with an envelope being pushed underneath.
An envelope? No markings?
Nothing. Blank. And he struggles to get it. It's stuck. He ends up using his wife's tweezers from the bathroom counter to fish it out.
The tweezers. Wow, such a small, painful detail. A reminder of her, used in this moment of fear.
He opens it. It's a piece of paper, tri-folded, and there's a lump inside.
A lump?
Soft. He unfolds the paper, one line written on it. Wouldn't you come out and play?
Oh, that is malicious, taunting him.
And the lump. It's hair. A clump of his wife's hair.
No, that's horrific. Utterly cruel. Proof they have her, or proof of something terrible.
He just breaks down, tears, a shout of, "No!" It's guttural.
Completely shattered.
Then he hears kids playing outside. A mother says something normal, but in his state, it sounds menacing, ambiguous. It just fuels the fire.
Everything is filtered through the lens of terror now.
He looks at the hair, remembers her scent, maybe, the feel of it, and the grief turns instantly to rage.
The final straw.
He decides that's it. He's going out there. He walks towards the door.
To confront them, or just to see.
Maybe both. He grabs the doorknob. It's hot, like unnaturally hot from the sun.
Another weird sensory detail.
He throws the door open. Blinding sunlight. The parking lot is full of people now, just milling around. But it feels wrong. Staged.
Maybe he's watched.
Intensely, like every single person is staring at him. Then he sees her.
His wife.
Under the elm tree at the edge of the lot, just standing there, staring back at him. Blank expression.
Oh my God. Is it really her?
It looks like her. And then he steps out from behind the tree, the figure. He puts his arm around her. She smiles, but it's empty. Vacant.
This is surreal.
Nightmare logic.
And then, poof, they're gone, both of them. Vanished into thin air.
What? Disappeared?
Yep. 1 second there, next second, gone.
That completely breaks reality for him, surely.
He's frozen, can't move, can't react. His whole life, the story says, just taken. The crowd's attention shifts, focuses on him standing in the doorway. He screams, a raw, terrified scream, and scrambles back inside, slamming the door, back into the solitude and safety of the room.
But is it safety? Or just a deeper trap?
Exactly. It feels like the latter. He collapses into this zombie state.
Just shuts down.
Hours pass. Muted TV again. He's barely functional. Thoughts of his wife are fragmented, confusing. He can't quite grasp who she was or that she's really gone.
His mind is protecting itself, maybe? Or just completely fractured?
His body is failing too. Unsteady movements, using dirty towels, just letting go.
A complete breakdown, mental and physical.
He realizes dimly that 2 days have passed like this.
2 days.
Wow.
He notices he's grown a beard. Another sign of the neglect. The despair washes over him again, and he starts crying.
Just endless cycles of fear and grief.
Then, inevitably, pounding on the door again. Louder this time. A man's voice. Motel office.
Reality intrudes again.
He reacts with fear, defensiveness. Go away! The guy persists. Then comes the kicker. Your credit card was declined.
Oh, right. The mundane problems pile on top of the horror.
Now he's paranoid about the staff, too. Think they might be in on it. The threat of eviction looms, more pressure.
He's trapped financially as well as psychologically.
He continues to deteriorate, eats the last of the cold pizza, washes it down with warm beer, makes himself sick.
Just self-destruction at this point.
Takes a long shower, but it doesn't help. He leaves the wet towels all over the floor, like a final small act of defiance or just giving up.
A sign of the unraveling.
And then, one last glimpse. He sees him outside the window. A quick, taunting appearance. The stalker is relentless. Or his perception of the stalker is.
He knows he needs a plan, needs to do something. But he's way past coherent thought.
He's spiraling.
Another knock, then silence. Hushed voices outside. The jingle of keys.
They're coming in.
He yells threats. They announce themselves sheriff's department this time.
Okay, so The motel manager called the cops.
Looks like it. They unlock the door, the chain lock snaps, the door swings open. He makes this desperate, futile rush towards them, brandishing a beer bottle.
Oh, ma'am.
And then darkness. He collapses, overwhelmed.
The end of the line for him in that room.
He comes to, vaguely hearing voices around her, snippets of conversation.
What do they say?
Crucial things, that he was alone in the room the whole time.
Like alone, the whole time.
Seems so. And there's a dead female at his home address, back in Geneva.
His wife?
The implication is strong. He starts hyperventilating again. They're putting him on a gurney, wheeling him out into the bright sunlight.
This is just devastating ambiguity. Was she ever there? Was the threat real? Was he the threat?
So many questions. He's in the ambulance, eyes closed against the light. Here's talk of surgery, police questioning.
Trying to piece together what happened.
And then the final horror. He looks towards the ambulance window and sees him, the figure.
Still there, even now.
Still there. Hears his voice, the awful laughter, fading as the ambulance pulls away.
So the torment isn't over. It's following him. Or it's in him.
His final thought, clear through the fog. I loved her, and now I know she's gone, and left him behind.
Left the stalker behind, or left the protagonist behind with his demons.
Exactly. It's shattering, and he just cries. Finally lets it all out.
Wow, what an ending.
Yeah. And, the analysis we looked at, the Room 9, a short story piece, it really hammers home those themes, the paranoia, the self-exile, how ambiguous that antagonist figure is. It's all about the internal horror.
Right, the psychological breakdown is front and center. And the stress and fear analysis points out how that fear, that isolation, just poisons everything. Their minds, their relationship, it tears them apart from the inside out.
Ultimately, Room 9 is just this incredibly powerful, unsettling look at what extreme fear does to us, how it can warp reality, destroy connections, and maybe even consume us entirely.
It's a rough ride, that story.
It really is. So wrapping up this deep dive, we've been through the claustrophobia of Room 9, watched this couple mentally disintegrate under unbearable stress, and seen how reality itself seemed to just dissolve for the protagonist.
It's a chilling reminder of fear's destructive power.
Which leaves us with that big lingering question, doesn't it?
The million-dollar question.
Was he real? A physical stalker making those calls, leaving the hair? Or was he a projection? A manifestation of the protagonist's own breakdown, his guilt, his terror?
And that final scene in the ambulance. What does that tell us? Is the torment external and pursuing him, or is it internal, something he can never escape because it's part of him now?
It really makes you think about our own minds, how powerful they are in creating our reality, especially when gripped by fear. Can we create our own monsters?
A deeply unsettling thought to end on.
Definitely something to mull over. Thanks for joining us for this intense deep dive into Thomas Muller's Room 9.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you'd like to read the story Room 9, it's available in the novel Four Corners by Thomas Muller. The book is available on Amazon and free to read in Kindle Unlimited. Next week, we have yet another thriller for you. This one includes twists and turns like a winding road, and it is known by the name of The Last Ride. Until then, remember, keep your perspective open. Artificial intelligence was used to assist in generating audio content for this episode.